Hi folks, so I've decided to come south and do the North Downs way, and I started this morning in Farnham and eventually I want to get to Dover, but the good news is I'm going via Canterbury. On the North Downs way, to a large extent, follows the Pilgrim way that was being used back in medieval times to get to Canterbury. But the North Downs actually finishes in Dover. Initially, this morning, I'm trying to get to a place called Newlands Corner, which is about 14 miles away. Ooh. So at the moment I am feeling very much fenced in. On this side you can see quite a big hedgerow. It is early days yet, it is only 6 kilometres that I've done, but yeah, coming across quite a lot of this, where this feeling of, like I say, being fenced in. I'm hoping it improves. Even when you go through the woods sometimes, you find a barbed wire fence on either side of you. But I suppose this is one of the challenges, that quite a lot of the time we're near urban. Even where I'm initially heading to now, we're going to go past Guildford, which is obviously quite a large town to say the least. But we're always on the edges, on the outskirts, always south of all the big places around here. Funny that, as soon as I said I'm feeling fenced in, the fence actually disappears. Feels a lot better. So there you go, if you want to get off the train and walk 7 or 8 kilometres, there's a campsite right on the trail. Interesting little house here, and on the chimney, I think that says 1898. Well, that sign is there because technically this is a byway. So you could come down here in your 4x4 on your motorbike, horses, cycles. Yeah, virtually everything could get down here. But there's not much room, I have to say. So this is Puttenham. I'll have to come back for the beer festival. $16.85, I think. And opposite the church, there's the barn bunkhouse. Bit early for me to stop for that at the moment. Opens at 5 PM it says. The idea of the North Downs is you're walking along a chalk ridge line, and until now I've not really seen or felt evidence of the chalk line. But now this is getting, you can see the chalk underneath, and it's solid underfoot, so you feel like you're walking on concrete. And then this happens, walking on sand. Well, on the trail I found a random seat just to the side of the track. I thought maybe sit here, have a bit of an early lunch, and I sat down and saw the beautiful views. I can understand why the bench is here now. And obviously, with the mobile masts over there, I get good reception. So maybe that's a reminder to ring home. I use full map, and it starts here in Farnham, and we're sort of just going past Guildford. It says we're here. We've got Dorking coming up next, and I think I'm kind of aiming for roundabout there. But the big thing I want to point out is that comes over Rochester, gets to here, and then you've got a split. You've got what's called the North Route, which goes through Canterbury to Dover, or you've got what they call the South Route, which kind of hits Folkestone and goes along the White Cliffs to Dover, obviously to Dover. And you can carry on the route to Rome, but I think I'll stop at Dover. Now, one thing I will say, the signage has been absolutely excellent. It's just that reassurance that you would want, particularly when you're going through urban. I've just noticed over the road it's called Pilgrim's Way. So when Agatha Christie went missing, there was a fear she'd gone to the silent pool and possibly drowned herself. But of course that turned out not to be the case. But yeah, everyone in the UK was searching for her, because obviously she was a well-known person by that point. So we're just going past the 30-kilometre mark. Given it's just 4 o'clock, I think I want to still do a few more kilometres, but not too many more. Don't want to push it too much on the first day. So there's no denying we're walking the chalk now. Very much in evidence. As I said before, it kind of like set like concrete. But the path we're on at the moment is a bit of a relief, because quite a the other ones are tracks, and I've nearly been run over by an e-bike twice. So in some ways I'm glad I'm on this, because it's supposed to be bicycle free. One of the other problems with the chalk is the sun really bounces off it. You can almost feel the heat simmering off it. At the moment it's 26 degrees apparently, and so I obviously really want the cover of the woods again, although it is nice to see the views occasionally. I think this is the third pillbox I've seen. So there was a line of them built across the North Downs Way. It's kind of our last ditch attempt at defence if we got invaded during World War II. Yep, the North Downs was going to protect us, and the pillboxes. And another one. So yeah, found a good spot with my new tent. So it's another Trekkertent, because I do like Trekkertent. I do like supporting obviously a manufacturer in the UK. So today I did 20 miles, very happy with that. A few more miles than I was originally planning, but I had the legs and I felt good to go. So I kept going, and I was able to find, as you can see, good wild camping spot, quite a few, maybe 100 meters off the main track, the main North Downs Way. So really happy that I'm away from the main thoroughfare. Tomorrow I'm just gonna go with whatever my legs take, probably another 20 miles or so. It does help that it's more undulating than hilly, so yeah, kind of gain something from that. Right guys, I shall see you in the morning. Bye for now.